Hi, this is the first video in a series of my DIY skills, trying to convert a Peugeot Partner quicksilver, that's the one with the sunroofs, into a little micro camper. So let me give you a bit of background first. We normally go camping, we have done for the past 5-6 years, something like that, from a 4-man tent to now like an 8-man tent, because I have to stand up because unfortunately I've got a few medical problems and that. But I'm trying to get back into my photography, and I thought we'll have a second car just to convert into a little camper. So I bought this. It's an L3 plate Peugeot Partner. It's got a fair bit of miles on it, to 142,000, but it's the 1.9 or 2 litre diesel, and they can run for absolutely ages. Mechanically it's fine. I've got a slight problem with the power steering that I've just got to sort, but other than that, it's a nice little car. It only cost me 750 quid. Doing all the DIY myself, so we'll see if I can get this under 1,500 in total, including all the stuff. So it's a little challenge. So if you like this video or want to see more, because normally I blog, which my website will be in the description below, you can check that out. So this is my first time of a video, so hopefully you'll give me a thumbs up and like and subscribe. Well, anyway, let's get on with showing you the first part, which is basically putting the flooring. As you can see the video, the car was absolutely filthy when we bought it. Had to use a lot of spray, cleaners, everything else to get it clean. I mean, basically it was from a cheap garage, and they just shift cars, which you get what you pay for really. And you know, it wasn't too bad. It just took a bit of elbow grease to get it good inside and out. The first thing that I did, but this is after taking the seats out, is actually remove the carpet at the back. This had actually got a foam backing as well. After taking out the carpet, I got all the little fittings out. This included all the little ratchets to hold the seats and everything else. This was both sides. Also the one side, it's got the trim around where the seating would be. Now that protrudes up, because I wanted to use just the one seat, the one side, if ever needed, but that side needed to be flat, so that had to come out. This did take me a while, as you could see from that video. I do have trouble gripping because of problems with my hands and bits and pieces. Yeah, so it was a bit of hard work. Yeah, but it pays off. The one main thing is the ridges in the back of the car on the pan. So because the flooring had got foam backing, what I did is I cut that into little strips. And the idea of that was then to go into the grooves of the actual metal, or of the actual base. So this will give it a bit of insulation, and then all I did with that was basically just use some like spray adhesive and put them all down and glued them down. I mean, it doesn't matter if they're not perfect on this, because then on top of this, because the one thing I did want to make sure was about insulation. So, you know, if you are going away when it's cold, that you're not actually cold in the van. Now, yet further on down the line, probably diesel heater or whatever, but at the moment, that's not an option as such. So basically using this foam as well as then the silver insulation, that should give, you know, a pretty good seal on the bottom. Also, eventually, within the next videos you'll see, I will then put the insulation around. That'll be carpeted. The roof will then be insulated with this stuff, because I think I bought, like, 15 meters of the stuff, and it was by 1.2 meters, and I only used about 1.5 meters, so got to get the use out of it. Putting the silver insulation down was, again, pretty easy. Just roll it out, cut it to length. I did actually use, again, the spray adhesive on mainly the metal parts to then secure that actual down. Also, I did make holes in the actual insulation where those fixings were, because my idea of that is to use those to secure down the actual new wooden floor that I'm going to be putting in, and that'll keep it nice and tight. Now, as the side around the wheel arches is basically goes in and out, and the plywood that I've got, it was wider than the actual car. So the idea was to scribe around it so that I could get a good fit around that edge. So then the floor goes literally to the side. I wanted to keep it in the middle because, again, those fixings that I was talking about, they are only a few inches away from the actual side. So at least then I've got a way of securing down the floor, even though it won't move. I mean, cutting it out, it was a pain. Did the one side using the scribe on that scrap bit of wood that I used as a template, and then on the other side, to be honest, it wouldn't go down because it was too wide. And then, stupid me, I thought, well, why didn't I use the actual original carpet mat that was actually in there? So I got that out, put that on, used that as a template, but then again used the scribe that I did to cut out the little ins and outs in the actual side, so it'll fit. It fits absolutely perfect in there. As you can see from here now, the floor is down. I've drawn out where we want. The one main consideration that I wanted for this one is the portable little chemical toilet. The idea of this will actually slide out from underneath the one bench. There's going to be two benches as well. Then the kitchen unit will be on like the left as you're looking at the screen. It's only going to be thin, but it's enough to go right into the actual window, just to have, when you need to cook, one of the little burners on it. So thank you for watching. Hope it's been interesting. Stay tuned for more. Like, subscribe, ring the bell, all that kind of stuff. And again, hope to see you soon when I get the boxes built, which will be the next video. Thank you.